Good afternoon. We're out here in the garden today and I've got some really exciting updates on both the veggie garden and the chook pen. The fruit trees, most of them have lost their leaves and they're looking really nice against that westerly wall there and soaking in a bit of sunlight. I've done a copper spray to prevent the leaf curl that affects nectarines, and yeah, we're looking good. So in this bed here, I've got some rainbow silver beet growing. You can see the beautiful colors there, the red and the yellow rainbow silver beet, and in between I've got these gorgeous different varieties of everlasting daisies, which I'm growing for a wedding in my family. And then we've got some snow peas here, which will hopefully climb up this trellis and do really well. In here I've got a lot of self-seeded coriander and dill. When it all went to seed in summer, I just shook the bundles of herbs and the seeds out onto these beds and also onto the ground here. And yeah, I've got heaps and heaps of dill and a bit of coriander as well coming through, which I'm really pleased with because I don't have to, it's always a good day when you don't have to plant something and it just pops up by itself. I've just taken the net off these brassicas so I can give them a bit of love and some weeding. But in the back we've got Cavolo Nero or Tuscan kale. It's really beautiful. I use it a lot. You can see I've been just picking it as I go. In the middle I've got these cauliflowers which have yet to form heads, and then here I've got some broccoli seedlings. So along the front of these beds is broccoli, in the middle cauliflower, and then at the back I've got lots of kale, which is all looking good. You can see how much work these nets are doing because over here I had a spare, I think this was a cauliflower, I had a spare seedling in the punnet and popped it in here, and look at that compared with those. So the nets are doing some work keeping out that cabbage moth butterfly. Over here, another exciting update. I've just got some garlic growing. So I popped in the corms, I just soak them in, or the cloves, I just soak them in some water and sea salt for a few hours, and I've just planted them in 4 rows along this bed, and they're hopefully gonna start popping up soon. Here we've got spring onions, oregano, more snow peas. Over here the rhubarb's going off, and more everlasting daisies, and then I've got some old capsicums and things in these beds. Now, exciting updates. I've got my spot ready now since this shed's been built and everything, the chook pen's been built. I've got a spot for my compost bins, which is great. I just cleaned out the chook shed the other day. We don't have our chooks back yet, but it was full of hemp and chook poo, so I'll put that all into that bin. And then I've got these 2 bins here, which were actually hard rubbish bins that we found out on the nature strip, so that they were really good finds, those compost tumblers there. Now, most excitingly, my fantastic builder, my dad, has come around and helped build our new chook pen. So the old chook pen used to be in that corner of the yard, but I've moved everything around. Wait, Daisy! So yeah, chook pen's looking great. The old chook pen used to be in that corner, but with the shed and the lawn and everything moving and all these garden beds moving, I decided to utilize as much of the afternoon sun as I could in that corner of the yard. So the chook pen will be well shaded here by this shed. I'll get a bit of sunlight, but I wanted fruit trees and veggies to be in the sunny parts of the yard. But yeah, how good is this chook pen? Does the job, and yeah, it's pretty much ready to go. I put some wire down from the bottom down here. You can see underneath this chip bark I've put some chicken wire out laterally so that if the dog or if foxes try and dig down and underneath, hopefully they'll you know, try and do something a bit easier. And I've put inside the chook pen, which is an old kid's cubby house actually, I've just put this material on the ground, which is mini hemp. it's called. It is amazingly absorbent, so much more than straw or hay. It is really, really good stuff. And in amongst it, I've just chucked a few handfuls of diatomaceous earth, which the chooks like to, well, they don't like to do it, but it's good for their feathers. I generally will, when I get new chooks, will kind of give them a bit of a dust bath in this diatomaceous earth, as it's meant to dry up and kill any mites. I've put it all along their perches as well, ready for them to come back, and also in their nesting boxes. I think I'll probably get some Isobrowns this time around. I've had a few heritage breeds in the past, and they go clucky really easily. They're beautiful chooks. They live a bit longer. They tend to be pretty healthy. They're nice to look at. Yeah, they go clucky, and I don't really have the time and energy to constantly be monitoring them for cluckiness and putting them in the clucky pen and all that sort of stuff. Inside the chook pen, inside this raised planter bed, is my avocado tree. You can see I've built a circular cage around it, as well as putting wire over the top of the raised bed, because we found that rats were digging in and excavating a lot of the soil from in there and making a bit of a nest. So hopefully that will keep the rats out. Otherwise, it's a beautiful day and really nice day for gardening. I hope you get out in the garden and enjoy it.